I'm going to show you how I set curved base and what I use. I use a PVC exterior grade trim. It bends real easy, it won't split, won't crack, and you can bend it into a really tight radius when you need to. In this case, I picked up on a piece of 1x6, which is nominally 3/4 of an inch by 5.5. I'm going to match it up with some 5.5 by 1/2 inch thick base. So I've already taken this piece on my table saw and ripped the back side off. To get it down to the 1/2 inch thickness. That's going to expose the core material and make this even more flexible than what it typically is. Right now I've got my studs already laid out based on my stud finder. I am going to drill into the wall to make sure that I have an accurate representation of what the tape is showing, because it's on a curved wall and there might be some discrepancies on my stud finder working on a curved wall, you know, angles, this and that, how that can work out. So I'm going to confirm all these stud locations, and with that, then I can come back and glue this end where that core material has been exposed on the miter joints that I have to meet up with my riser board over there, and that should give me some connection of some sort. Not the strongest, but it's better than nothing. And then I'll put this in place temporarily so I can get the final length, cut it, and then set it 100% based on how my curve works out here. It looks like it might have placed the studs on the flat, which is going to give me a great benefit for finding where my nailing is. Obviously, it's better than an 1.5 inch face. I got a 3.5 inch face, or maybe it's only 2.5, but still it's a lot broader from what I'm poking in the walls here. When I get down to the electrical outlet, though, I'm going to be very careful because, well, typically on a concrete slab, the boxes are fed from the top. I'm poking down below, so there should be no wires coming through the floor. But if you're working off of a frame floor, be mindful of that when you're doing this type of probing. You've got to be really careful. Now this is only a temporary nail, so I can take this end and push it in and make sure all those dark lines at the top of the base go away. So if I don't make them go away now, and when I nail it in and make it tight, this piece is going to wind up being too short. So I got to make sure that all of this is dead tight. And then mark this for length. And then I'm going to cut this to the miter, because I don't know what possesses these people to cut these square cut on an outside corner. It's really not cool. I also see a little bit of a movement on the floor over here that I'm going to have to scribe over there, because it's getting to be a really large gap over here. Maybe it's a buckle in the floor, but whatever it is, I can't leave this 1/4 inch gap over here. Wow. I have enough to start scribing that in over there and to get this in place for length over here. And I might even cut it a little bit long and try it in place. And get this piece of crap off the corner. This is really sad. All right. I only have 4 nails holding it, so these should pull fairly easy. And just like I expected, they stayed in the wall. So we're going to get these pinned. I'm going to pin this really strong and angle the nails in such a way when it comes time that it helps locate it in place where it won't pop off. All right, it looks good down there on the end. I'm going to pull this off one last time and get these nails out. That's where that belongs. I'm going to glue that still. See how my transfer is? Very good transfer. Good, good. Finish off this one last little detail. I got to mimic this piece here at the top of this riser. So I'm going to cut a piece that's going to mimic that 1 inch wide. And it's going to finish off down to the top of that base just to get rid of that little ugly spot right there. And this right here is flush there, flush there. PVC has a tendency to dip and move, so you're going to have a little bit of it, but this is paint grade. The only reason why I go with this is because this, once it's glued, should be stable. This is going to be stable because this temperature is constant. When it's used outside, you have to watch out for your extremes. This stuff can grow and shrink on a 16-foot length as much as 1/4 of an inch in its length. Changing it from hot to cold seasons inside of a temperature controlled building, this should be as stable as can be. So I'm going to fashion a little piece for this right here, get that glued in, color this done. All right, that's got that wrapped up. That's how I get a piece of base in there. All right, folks, so that's how I put in a piece of curved base using PVC trim in a controlled climate where this will not expand and contract. I glue the ends just like wood because it is a porous material with that grain end on those cuts. It's slick on this side, but when you open up that cut, when you make that cut, you're opening up that grainy surface on the inside where that glue will grab. I have 4 nails per studs, and I just got thinking I was going to angle the nails, but no, I decided not to because all this wall is coming into a radius where all these nails that are holding this piece in place are chocking itself in. The base has to literally get smaller in order for it to come off the nail. So this thing is like located really well. At the time that I had to pull this off, the 2 times that I did to get this scribed in on that end over there, tells me that that hole is actually substantial with the 2 nails that I held, that held it in place. Now I got 4 in each stud in each location. This should stay there until the cows come home. Folks, if this is something you picked up on, I appreciate you hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Hey, till later, we'll see you. Bye-bye.